Did you want to know why this program is called part of the program? Friends, do me a favor, click on chat and tell me in the chat box how you felt when you first heard that we were going to be replacing our physical meetings face to face with virtual meetings using Zoom. Leslie says, doomed. Pat writes, dread. Mary goes, interested. Okay. When I first heard we were going to use Zoom, my reaction was, what the heck is Zoom? Professor Google, enlighten me. Oh, Zoom is a software tool for presenting to an audience that you can barely see, you cannot hear, and it's probably distracted by their cell phones anyway. How the heck am I supposed to engage with an audience like that? Google. Oh, 14,605 suggestions, starting with Zoom's own PDF, running engaging online events. I'll put the link in chat so you can open it. I suggest go to page 6, where it has a list of things to do, starting with engage the audience using tools such as chat, which means the audience is actually writing things or reading and writing as part of the program experience. Zoom also has a blog. In that blog is a posting best practices for hosting digital events. Link in chat. You'll notice when you read that link that Zoom resources tend to be centered around Zoom tools, which makes a lot of sense. But those are not the only options. For example, let's say you want the audience to react with applause or approval of some sort. Zoom recommends you click on the response button and click on the hand, meaning applause. Some people find that satisfying. Others, like myself, go, oh, 2 hand gestures is not kinesthetically satisfying. We prefer the ASL, American Sign Language, sign for applause. Let's take a poll. Those who like to signify approval with the Zoom method, click on response, reaction, applause, clap, reaction, clap. Those who prefer the ASL method, sign applause. I see 3 claps and 7 ASLs, including 2 people who did both. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate this outpouring of support and approval. There are lots of other resources, often from vendors who supply supplements to virtual meetings such as Zoom. Slido, for example, a polling firm, has expert tips for engaging virtual audiences, with 2 tips especially valuable. Number 1, the icebreaker question. Start your presentation with something that requires the audience to answer questions such as, how did you feel when you heard we were going to be using Zoom? This can provide the speaker with valuable information, but more important, it centers the audience on the program. Another tip is to write in reaction points in your speech. When we are speaking face to face, we know to leave a little gap here and there for people to laugh at our humor or otherwise react and absorb our content. When we are speaking virtually, we have to pretty much ask for reactions using these tools or otherwise. This makes the audience reaction part of the program. Our speech is still the core, but going beyond applause to content in the chat makes the audience part of the program. Remember social media, Facebook, Twitter, blogging. The speaker would publish a message, which is like making a speech. the audience would react, doing replies or likes. The speaker might reply to those. There's an interaction, a sociability to the presentation that gives social media much of its power. This is how you can create an engaging experience even with an audience you can't see or hear, and which have distracting alternatives. As Gibson Biddle, former vice president of Netflix, put it, the audience is now part of the performance. I'll link to his website in chat. This form of engagement can lead to programs every bit as engaging as in-person events, just different. Imagine right now we're in a contest. I'm giving a speech. Your chat reactions are so witty and informative when I read them off. The audience loves them. Have you filed your certificate of originality and eligibility? I'm not going to link to that in chat because I'm sure you got them, but how is the audience going to, how is the judges going to score things? I don't know. We don't have to answer that question today, but it's a problem, and a problem is an opportunity. We live in the era of social media. Babies born today will never know a time when presentations did not include real-time chat. When we were meeting physically, we could hold this trend at bay, silence your cell phones, show good manners. But now that we have to engage people virtually, we are challenged to adapt to this new interactive environment. And we are lucky to do so, because an audience which is part of our program is engaged to the program. An audience which is part of our program is engaged to our program. Madam Toastmaster.